Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today my name is Kusi. In case you're first time coming across my video, thank you so much for always stopping by. Please not forget to subscribe. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys on how to make this beautiful crop wrap top. It's an off-shoulder wrap crop top that you can wear and rock with skirt or trouser. Anything you chooses to use and rock it is totally fine. So today's video is going to be on how to achieve this with the stylish sleeve, as you can see. So I use this one on the side of my screen to recreate this one with Ankara hem. So please, if you want to know how this was achieved, please keep on watching and let's get into today's video. Please do not forget to subscribe so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Welcome back guys. So to be able to achieve this crop wrap top, you'll be needing at least 2 yards of an African print, that is your Ankara. If you're a plus size, you can go ahead and make use of 2.5 yards. For me, I'm making use of 2 yards for this tutorial. As you can see, I already gone ahead to fold this brown paper by 2, just like you see me doing, as you can see. So right here, I'll start taking my basic measurement for the crop top. So firstly, I'll be marking 9.5 inches and I'll be marking 17.5 inches lastly. Do you get? I will explain what those marks are. Just look at what I'm doing and listen very carefully so you understand what I'm doing here. So after making those points, I'll use my ruler to extend these lines just like this. Just watch what I'm doing so you understand every step by step from this video. Do you get? So after extending those lines, I will divide my shoulder circumference by 2. Do you get? Then I'll just come down by 7.5 inches. I normally use 8 inches for my armhole, but for this tutorial I decided to use 7.5. So I'm just going to extend the line like this and I'll just make a straight line across, just like this. Do you get? So after I was done doing this, on the armhole line I'm going to come up by 1 inch and I'll place my tape from the shoulder line and measure what I have left. I have 6.5 inches, so I divide it by 2, that is 3.2 inches. I also come out by half of an inch. So from there I'm going to go ahead and divide my bust circumference by 4. Whatever I have, I'm going to just make my point there. Then after making this point, I'll go ahead and curve my armhole. Just look at what I'm doing so you understand what I'm saying. Do you get? So after I was done doing this, the next thing I'll go ahead and do now is to label it. So this is my shoulder and this is my armhole. Can you see? You can also call it the chest line. This is my bust point, and lastly this is my waist length. Sorry, my waist length. Oh, yes, or you can call it the top length because that's where my crop top will end. Do you get? So from there I will divide my bust circumference, I'll divide my nipple to nipple by 2. Mine is 7 inches as always, divided by 2 is 3.5 inches. So right here I made a straight line across, and I also decided to extend the chest line across like this so you understand what I'm doing very well. So after extending those lines, I hope you understand what I'm saying. After extending those lines on the waistline, I'm going to come out by by half of an inch on the both side. Then I'll make a slant line just like this. I'll just connect those lines like this. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. So guys, after I was done doing this, the next thing I'll go ahead and do right now is to divide my I already divided my bust circumference. I'll just go ahead and do it again so you understand what I'm doing. And for the waist, I divided it by 4, and after dividing it by 4 I measure what I have here, and I have 1 inch for the dart. So I'm going to replace it just like this, and I'll just use my ruler to connect the points I have. You understand what I'm saying? So the next thing I would want to let you know is that there is no stitches allowance for this drafting. I did not add any stitch allowance for this drafting. I'll add it later, but not on this pattern paper. Do you get? So right here I just go ahead to cut it off. After I was done cutting it off, I also go ahead to cut off the down part just like this. So this is the full length I have. Can you see? So the next thing to do right now is to mark 3 inches for my neck wideness, and I'll come down by 3 inches as well. So this is just for a guide, it's not really necessary, just for a guide, so you understand what I'm doing very well. You get, for a plus size you can start to maybe mark 3.5 inches for your neck wideness. You get, anyhow you choose to is fine, but just note that this is just for a guide. You get, so you understand what I'm saying. So after I'm done doing this, I went ahead to slant the shoulder by ½ inch. Then this is my basic this is my half basic bodice. Do you get, for my blouse? If you ever hear of basic bodies, this is it. This is my basic body for my back pattern for this tutorial. Half of it. Do you get? So after I was done, remember it's an wrap top. Remember it's an wrap top and it's off shoulder. So from the shoulder line, I going to mark 5 inches. You get, you can decide to come down by 6 inches. For me, I prefer it by just 5 inches. You can even mark 4.5 if you wish to. After doing a straight line across, I went ahead to cut it off. Do you get? So after cutting this off, the next thing I'm going to do is to open it. So I'm done opening it, and this is how it looks like. As you can see, this is the armhole. Can you see? The next thing to do right now is to transfer this pattern on the actual fabric, but just for the back. I'm just cutting the back only for now. Do you get? So right here guys, this is the back. As you can see that I'm gonna head to cut it out. As you can see, so as you can see that I added stitches allowance. So at the down part I added ½ inch, at the upper part ½ inch. So at the side I added 1.5 inches for the seam allowance. Do you get? You can set to add yours 1 inch. For me, I want to add 1.5 inches. And for the armhole, as you can see, I didn't add any stitches allowance on the armhole. And the center back is on fold, no stitching allowance there. So after I was done doing this, I'll just keep the back aside. So for the front, just watch closely, because here I'm going to be drafting the wrap top. You get? What I'm going to do right now, remember that I removed 5 inches for the off shoulder. So this second line you're seeing right here is my chest line. Do you get? So what I'm going to do right now is to make a V curve, and the V curve I'm going to connect it to the chest line. So at this side of the armhole, I'm just marking 1 inch, as you can see. So after marking this 1 inch, still leaving my tape, the 5 inches I removed for the off shoulder, still leaving my tape here. What I'm going to do is from there I'm going to connect the V neckline. From the 1 inch I came out from the armhole line, I'll just go ahead and draw a V curve neckline to meet the chest line. So yeah, I'm labeling it so you understand what I'm saying. This is the chest line, the bust point, the waistline. So as you can see that I'm not making my curve. This is a V-neck curve. So go ahead and make your V-neck curve or your V-neck line, anyhow you choose to call it. Do you get? Make sure you just curve it very well. If you have a cover, you can do it. For me, I'm using my free hand. For those that don't have a cover, so you know how to do it with free hand. After I was done, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off just like this. As you can see that I have cut it off, so I'll just open it so you guys see how it looks like. As you can see that the V is taking shape already. The next thing to do is to transfer it at the actual fabric. So on the actual fabric, this is it. I already went ahead to fold it by 2, and remember that my pattern is also on fold. Do you get? So look at what I'm going to do now. What I'll do right now is, first of all, I'll just add my stitches allowance. Do you get? And on the down part here, I'm going to mark ½ inch. So go ahead and mark your ½ inch. Get, after marking this ½ inch, I'll use my ruler to connect it, as in to make it a straight line. After doing this, remember that at the side I added 1.5 inch for the seam allowance, so I'll just go ahead and repeat the same thing here. So go ahead and add 1 inch or 1.5 inch for your seam allowance at the side only. Then after doing it, I'll just connect it like this. So guys, after connecting, the next thing to do right now is to curve the armhole line. Remember there is no stitches allowance on the armhole line. So at the top I gave it ½ inch. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you are learning. I gave it ½ inch. So after I was done giving this ½ inch, I'll just connect this line like this. as you can see. So after doing this, guys, watch what I'm going to do. As you can see that I have excess at the front. Can you see the excess I have there? So that excess is going to be for the wraps. Do you get? So what I'm going to do is to place my tape, and I'll measure it. I measured it. I got like 8 inches. Yes, I got 8 inches exactly. So what I'm going to do is to measure the 8 inches, and I'll just make a point. I'll just mark my 8 inches here. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make a straight line like this, so you know the ended point of the blouse, so you know where the blouse ended. Do you get? So after I was done doing this, what I'm going to do is to come up by 2 inches. Can you see? And I made a straight line. So from the 2 inches I came up by, I am going to connect the V. Just look at what I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, watch what I'm doing very closely so you understand. So just go ahead and connect your V to the 2 inches you came up by. After I was done doing this, as you can see, this is the wrap top and it's already taking shape. As you can see, the wrap top has taken shape already. So what I'm going to do next is to go ahead and cut it off. So you're going to cut it off just like this. After I was done cutting, I'll go ahead and notch the area I came up by 2 inches, but this is not really necessary. You get, it's just, I don't even know why I notched it at the first place. It's not necessary, you get. So I will remove my pattern. After removing my pattern, I'll just open it up and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is it. This is how it looks like. As you can see, this is a wrapped crop top. You get. So right here, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and cut out the ropes. So for the belt, this is the belt actually, the belt that is going to go around the waist, as in we're going to tie it with this belt, as you can see in my video. So guys, for the belt I have 16.5 inches on a fold. So when you open it up, it's automatically going to give you like 33 inches, I guess. So for the wideness I have 4.5 inches. So when you fold it and sew it off, you're going to have 2 inches left, or 1.5 or anything. Do you get? So after I was done, what I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and fold the front piece. So look at how I'm going to fold it. After folding it like this, I'll head over to my sewing machine and I'll go ahead and sew it. Then after sewing it like this, I'll do the same thing at the back piece. So at this time, at the upper part back piece, go ahead and fold it. It's not going to have lining. After I was done sewing, this is what I have. Can you see? I'm done sewing and this is what it looks like. Then I did the same thing at the back piece like I told you guys earlier. The next thing to do now is to go ahead and fold the back piece the wrong side, facing each other. So right here I'm going to go ahead and make my dart. So remember, I removed 5 inches for the off shoulder. So removing the 5 inches from the off shoulder, I marked 9 inches. Do you get? So I'll just go ahead and mark my half of my nipple to nipple. After doing this, I'll measure the length I have here left, and I have like, it's like 8 inches or 9 inches that I got there. So I'm going to mark 8 here. Then I'll do the same thing I did at the other side. I'll repeat it here. Then after doing it, I'll just go ahead and make my dart. After I was done making the dart, I'll be right back to show you guys. After I was done, this is what I have. As you can see, this is my dart. The fabric is so colorful, so you can't see it very clearly. After that, guys, this is the sleeve. I went ahead to fold it by 2, and I have the length 22 inches, and I also have the wideness 30 inches. Do you get? So this is it, guys. So when I fold it, the wideness is going to actually give me 15 inches. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then after cutting it out, I'll go ahead and fold the upper part and the down part of this sleeve. As you can see that I'm done sewing, and this is what I have. This is for the elastic. So go ahead and fold yours with half of an inch. Just make sure that after folding, your elastic can pass through there. Do you get? So I'll just go ahead and hold the two pieces together, and I'll fold it the wrong side facing each other like this. So right here I'm going to go ahead to cut out the armhole for this sleeve. So it's either you measure the armhole and cut it yourself, or you go ahead and place the armhole directly on the sleeve and cut it. Anyhow you choose to, it's fine. So I'll just do the both method so you understand what I'm saying. Remember, I got 4.5 inches on the armhole, so I just made this slant. So it's either you do it this way, or you go ahead and place your armhole here and cut it off. So the option is left for you. After placing the armhole, I went ahead to sketch it out. Then I will go ahead and just cut it off like this. Then this part here, the upper part, is for the elastic, and this down part is going to have elastic though, but it's a stylish one, very different from what you're thinking. So guys, as you can see, that I have my 4.5 inches that I have on the armhole at the top, or crop top, anyone you get. So right here, I'll go ahead and remove one of the sleeve. I'll go ahead and fold this particular one here. I'll just fold it here. So what I'm going to do now is to mark, I'll just mark 4.5 inches. So if your own sleeve length is 25 inches, you can decide to come up by 5 inches, you get, but mine is 22 inches. So after making all of those things, after sewing and all of that, I have only 20 inches left. So that's why I am marking this 4.5 inches you see me doing here, you get. So I'm just going to continue doing this until I get to the end of the other edge. After marking, I went ahead to open it up like this, and I went ahead as well to mark the remaining line I saw left. So right here, I'll bring my elastic and I'm going to go ahead and sew it here. So this is how I'm doing it. So go ahead and place your elastic and on the top of it at the middle only. So go ahead and stretch it. Make sure you stretch it very well. Do not have pity on the elastic, just stretch it very well, so it's going to give you the ruffle that you are seeing in this picture. Do you get? As you stretch you sew, as you stretch you sew until it gathered enough ruffle. Do you get? So I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the second sleeve. So guys, after I was done, this is what I'm talking about. As you can see, that this is how it's looking. As you can see, it's looking so nice, looking really nice. The ruffle really came out very well, and at the top I went ahead to fix my elastic like I said before. So the next thing to do is that I brought the back piece. So right here, I'm gonna head to fix the armhole, one of the armhole to the back piece. So I'm going to repeat this to the second side, and after doing this we'll do the same thing for the front. Then I'll go ahead and sew. Just look at what I'm doing, watch how I'm doing it. After pinning it down, I went ahead to also pin the both fabric, and I'll just go ahead and sew it like I showed you guys. Continue pinning, and after you're done pinning, go ahead and hold the sleeve like this in 2/4 and then sew it half of an inch. Then after sewing it half of an inch, getting to the armhole, I'm going to sew it 1.5 inches for the stitches allowance. Do you get this for the shaping? Right here guys, I went ahead to iron it out, and this is how it's looking. Can you see how it's looking? It's looking so fine. So this is the sleeve. I am done with making the sleeve and everything. So this is how it's looking. So the only thing remaining here is just to fold this the down part of the top and to fix my belt. You get? So this is the back. You get? Right here, Nigerian NEPA has taken the light, so my ring light is now off. Right here, I'm using torch light for this. So let me continue with what I was saying. Go ahead and fix it like this. Let me remind you that I went ahead to fold the down part of this top. Then after folding, that's when I added the belt. So they brought the light almost immediately. Do you get? So after I was done, this is what I have, as you can see. So right here, this is how you're going to tie it around your waist. So make sure you have enough belt that is going to go around your waist, and go ahead and tie it down. Then after I was done doing this, I'm going to show you guys how it looks on me. Already you have seen it at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to show you guys again. I'm just rocking this crop top. It's so beautiful and it fits me a lot. So go ahead and watch how I rocked it. So guys, finally this is how it's looking. This is how I'm looking. As you can see, I'm smiling, I'm rocking, I'm styling, I'm doing all kinds of different slides. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you love this video. If this video was helpful, if the tutorial was very interesting and you learned a lot, please subscribe to this channel. Appreciate me by doing that. I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.